Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Art Talk. So today I wanted to talk about your growth and how it takes work. And what I mean by that is just going to take a lot of research. That's what I've just truly discovered. If we want to grow, we're going to get better at something, we got to research. We got to, number one, know what it is that we even want to do, what we're trying to accomplish. But also we got to just start recognizing what are those things that we maybe need to do, that maybe we're uncomfortable doing. Maybe we're uncomfortable calling someone up, maybe emailing someone out of the blue that we don't know but does what we do. And those are the things that it requires. It means just showing up at a place where you're at a convention. It could be just regarding anything that you're trying to accomplish, just to show up. Does this mean that I got to go? Does this mean that I need to travel? Does this mean that I got to go do that thing that I'm just not comfortable doing? And that's what it really takes, because growth is a day-to-day operation. It absolutely is. And I think it's important to have a balance. It's important as we're growing in our artwork and trying to discover what it is we're trying to accomplish in our own artwork, that we just need to continuously grow mentally somehow. We just need to find those little nuggets, because there's going to be those days, trust me, you know it, I know it, where you're going through those days where you just feel like, well, I'm not really moving, I'm not really growing, I'm not really pursuing the things that it is that I really want to do. And that's when we just got to start to come to that realization and awareness with ourselves that, well, maybe I need to, for me, it's reading a book, finding a good book. For me, sometimes it's just listening to some podcast or whatever it may be, listening to someone talk about something in a completely different field. And I think that starts to help us just grow, because it starts to spawn ideas. And I can tell you that I've had a lot of ideas from things like that. And I don't even realize that I'm looking for an idea sometimes. I'm just all of a sudden engaged in something, I'm reading something, and all of a sudden it triggers. And that's what I think sparks the growth, is these little triggers that are going to happen. It's a lot better if you're not doing anything. I can guarantee you that, because it just takes work. And it just means, it doesn't mean working 8 hours a day. Oh my God, I got to do this for 8 hours a day. That's the only way I'm going to grow. It means that you're going to just spend 20 minutes a day doing something. But as long as you're doing consistently for 20 minutes every day, that's where you're going to start seeing your growth. And that's where you start to see the results. And most importantly, it's important to, in order to grow, we have to get feedback. We have to know from people that we respect, that we just kind of appreciate their perspective. Does this look right? Is this something that's worthwhile pursuing? What can I do to improve this? And again, having that confidence to even ask those questions and show your artwork. And I know that a lot of people, you're not necessarily growing because you're not even showcasing your artwork. So how can you grow? And that's a challenge in itself. That's like taking you out of your fear zone where you are. You just have this fear of being judged, and that, well, people are going to see that I'm not good enough, my stuff isn't good enough. But if you have that, I believe if you just have that mindset, you're just not pushing yourself. And that's what growth encompasses too. It means just pushing yourself into that direction that you want to go towards. Ideally, you're going to be doing it because you want to. I want to be a character designer. That's something I want to do. So, okay, well, now I know the sort of work that it's going to take. It's the sort of studies that I'm going to do. And that means just constantly looking at people, constantly looking at the human figure, constantly looking at other artwork that is inspiring to you, that makes you want to kind of do it yourself, and try not to compete with that. Try not to be competitive. Just try to say, wow, that's really cool. Why is it so cool? What can I learn about that? So as we're growing and we're learning and we analyze, that's what we have to do. We've got to analyze other people's artwork in order to just try to achieve the results that they have. All right. So again, it's going to take work for your growth. Just embrace it. Know that this is what it's about. You're going to have those days which you're just kind of feeling out of it. You're just like, oh, I don't want to do this. It's just no fun. It's going to happen. Well, why resist it? And that's what I figure. Those are the days when I get things like that. I'm just like, oh man, why this? But okay, I'm just going to embrace it. And I sort of like take it in and snap back into things, start thinking about what I'm grateful for. And that's an important thing to do. And then you can get going and back into your growth pattern. All right. So with that said, make it a great week, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.